Okay, this is going to be a tutorial on how to list and research a pair of shoes. Listing shouldn't take that long. It should be about 8 minutes or so to list a pair of shoes, as long as all the items are included in the pictures. Okay, so first we start off with the pictures. I've already downloaded them onto this folder. So all the pictures you have are going to be downloaded into one folder, and that's where we would start. This is always the first picture. It will give you the inventory number, which is this number here, 1496. It's always going to be in a different, bolder color. So 1496 is the inventory number. And next is the brand, which is Clarks. And it's going to tell you if it's a men's size or a women's size. So this is men's size 8.5. Color is brown, obviously. So from there, we can look at the rest of the pictures, see what the condition of the shoe is. And looking at the pictures also gives us a lot of details about the shoes. On this shoe, it has a little bit of marks here on the right shoe and a little bit of marks on the left shoe. So you can just put some slight marks on toes as seen in pictures. And we'll do that next with the condition of the shoe. Some more pictures. And this is the most important part. Okay, so this is the inventory number, the item number or serial number of the shoe. So from this number here, we want to research this number. And on different shoes, it'll be in different places, or it'll look different, but it's always going to be something like this. Sometimes the number is very long, but either way, we just research this number. Okay, so we have this. It also tells you where the shoe is made. Also tells if it's leather or what the material is, and tells us the date made over here where it says 4/13, but we really don't need that. Okay, so this number here is what we're going to work with, 66124, and we know it's a Clarks, so we're going to research that. Okay, so now we go back to eBay, or we go back to Google. We type in this number, Clarks, name brand, the serial number 66124, and what we're looking for is the style name of the shoe. Okay, so a little bit of searching here. So on this one, it tells us the style number is 66124, and the actual name of the shoe is Denton Cap Lace Up Oxford men's shoe. Okay, so we click on that, and a lot of times it'll be on other sites, say Zappos or Amazon, but see, it'll be here, but that I don't think it's really there. But let's go back to this one where it had the actual shoe style. And actually, now that we have this Clarks Denton Cap Toe, we can type that in here. So let's change that. Now that we know the name, Denton. Okay, right here it's a Denton Cap. So we click on that, and we're trying to find now how much the shoe sells for at full retail price. Okay, so we have one here at Zappos. We have one here in Amazon. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that didn't work. Didn't show us anything. Let's see what Zappos, brush off leather, cap toe, but that's a different color. eBay, we don't want that. Okay, here it says Nordstrom. Let's check that one. Okay, so this is the actual shoe. Okay, and it's sold out, but it doesn't matter. We don't care about that. What we want is the original price. So right now the shoe is $39, but you can't buy it anyway because it's sold out. But we see that the original retail price was $100. Okay, so that's what we want, $100, and we also want the description. Okay, so then this here will give us a description. So about this item, sizing, true to size, and it gives you some details about the actual shoe. Okay, so what we do with this is now it gives us the price. Let's copy this. Okay, copy, and we're going to paste that into our listing. And that goes into the description area. Okay, so here I have a template, and the template is for a different shoe, so we're going to delete this first. Okay, and then we're going to just right click, paste. Okay, now the only bad thing is it's a different font, so let's change this. Let's highlight this again, only the part that we just pasted, and let's go to advanced settings. So we want to change this to the same font as what's down here, so we change this to Georgia. 18 is the font size. Now it gives us the same look as the rest of the listing. Okay, the only difference is now this is a different color, so let's change this to solid black. Okay, so now it looks the same. Okay, we want it to look exactly the same. Let's close that little gap there. Okay, sizing, choose a size. Let's clean that up. Okay, and if we have about this item, we don't need description. That's pretty much saying the same thing, so let's delete that. If it doesn't have about this item here, so then we will leave description here. But this description means the same thing as about this item, so let's delete that. Okay, so now these are the details of that exact shoe. That's what we want. Details, sizing. Now this looks exactly the same as this. That's what we want. Okay, and we also want the retail price, $100. So now we go back here. So original retail price. So this is just a template, so we're changing this. So now $100 original retail price. Okay, we also want that original retail price to go into the title. Okay, so here I have a little money sign. So we do $100. Okay, now let's build our title. So now the very first thing is the name brand, Clarks. The name of the shoe, Denton. Cap-toe. Okay, and right after the name of the shoe, we want the price so that it shows up in the first few words. We don't want the price over here at the end. We want it here up front where people can see it. Okay, Clarks Denton Cap-toe, $100, and we don't have to write retail or anything like that. Just $100. People will know what that means. Men's Oxford. Oxfords means that it has shoelaces, not a slip-on. Size, and we know the size is, I believe it was 8.5. Okay, but now let's put all the pictures in so we see the rest of the shoe. Okay, so now we click on this picture we're not going to use. This is only for us for information. That gives us the inventory number. Okay, so we start with this second picture. So we go there. We highlight all of them using Control or using Shift. Let's see. You hold down Shift, you click on the last picture, highlights all of them, then you put Open. You click Open, now it's going to upload all of these pictures. Okay, it's going to upload them all at once, and it does it pretty fast. It's a lot faster than using a cell phone. Okay, so now let's look at this picture again. Let's see the size. Okay, the size is 8.5. Okay, and let's look at this inventory number. Inventory number is 1496. Okay, so we know it's 1496 and the size is 8.5. Okay, we don't need that anymore. So now we go here. Let's put in the inventory number. Inventory number is right at the bottom. 1496. Okay, now we know our size. Men's size 8.5. We can erase this. We don't always need the EU size. Color is brown. Okay. So with the description, we're already done except for the condition. Okay, for the condition. So we're right here where I say very good condition, no rips or stains, plenty of life left on uppers and soles. May have some minor marks from normal wear. So if it's a normal shoe, we can leave it like this, where it says may have some minor marks from normal wear. That's if we don't see any wear that is really obvious or really big stain. This is just for a normal shoe. This one has some marks on the front, so we're going to change this. So we'll change this, because from the pictures we can see it has some marks on the toes. Has some minor marks on both toes. Okay? Period. Please refer to detailed pictures. Okay, and then now we want to copy this because there's another section for condition. Copy this, right click, copy. We want to copy, not cut. And then we go up here, condition description. We'll delete that because that's the one that we were using before, the basic one. And then we paste it. So we want this condition to match exactly to the condition that's in the description area. Okay, so this description area is already done. This is complete. Okay, now let's look at our title again. Clarkston Cap-Toe, men's size 8.5, brown leather. Okay, Clarkston Cap-Toe, $100 men's Oxford shoes, size 8.5, brown leather. Okay, so that's good for the title. We do have 9 characters left, but if we don't have anything else to say, we really don't have to fill up all of this area. Some people like to fill that up, but it's not necessary. As long as we have all the information here, that's all they need. Okay, and this template is for a men's casual shoe. Okay, so if it was a dress shoe, it's a different category, but I'll make a different template for a dress shoe. Okay, so that would change to this, dress shoes, changing the category. But let's just keep it there. We don't need to change that. Okay, the store category, we want to change this to men's shoes. Okay, store category, men's shoes. That will organize it there. We don't need a UPC because it's not new. The condition is pre-owned. Unless it says new, then this would change to new, new with box, new without box, new with defects, or pre-owned. But we want to keep it at pre-owned. Okay, so now let's look at the pictures now that they uploaded. While the pictures are uploading, I like doing something else. I don't want to wait and waste time while the picture is uploading. Okay, in the picture we want to make sure that the color is bright, that there's not a lot of dark areas around the shoe. We want it to be white. Okay, the shoe's not completely white, but it's still bright enough. It's a good picture. It's not looking dark. If it looked dark, it would look like this. This would be a dark picture or something like this. And sometimes the pictures will look like this. If the picture is dark around this area, like what we can see here, then we want to go brighten this up a little bit. Not too much. We don't want to overexpose it like this. Changes the color. We want it to be natural, but where this area here is still white. Okay, so see, that looks pretty good. We're not changing it too much, but this area is still white and the color is still natural. If we go too far to the left, it's going to get darker now. It'll start to get dark in this area here. That's what we don't want. We want this area here to be as white as this area here. Okay, so there. So that's fine. So we save that. If we needed to crop this image a little bit, if this was too much white space around, then we can crop it with this tool here. Crop. We want it to look exactly like this. We want it to be very, very tight with very little space, very little white space around. Okay, we don't want it too tight like this. We want some white space around equally. White space here, white space here, white space here, and white space here. So even that, we trimmed it a little bit more. We made this picture a little bit better. Now we save it. Okay, let's save that. Now that made that shoe a little bit bigger. And now this is the perfect image here. Some white space and the color is white and it's not too white, it's not overexposed. That's exactly what we want. We want to trim it, each picture if we need to. This one's fine, we don't need to trim it. This one's fine. This one has way too much white space all around, and this front picture is always going to be like this. So this front picture, we need to crop it. So So let's crop this picture. Okay, now let's save. Okay, saves the image. Now, gets rid of all that extra white space that we don't need. It also gives us a better image here, a better look at the marks that are on the toes. Okay, this one's fine. We don't need to crop that. Actually, we can crop this a little bit. Let's crop out that negative space on top that we don't need. Okay, not sure why that's not working. Okay, now save it. So we took out that white space on top, that negative space that we don't need. Let's make this a little bit wider because it looks a little dark in this area here. Okay, not too much. Okay, right there. We don't want to go too bright, then it overexposes it. Too much to the right. Want it right around there. Okay, we save that image. Let's check this one. This one's fine. It does have white space, but that's fine because if we stretch it too much on the long way, it's going to make this shoe look weird. So this side picture is fine. This picture is always fine. You don't need to do anything with that. This picture's fine. This one's fine. This one's perfect. It's nice and clear. This one we can crop a little bit here on the outside. It has a little bit too much negative space on the outside. Okay, so let's use the cropping tool again. Crop that to there. Crop it to about there. Okay, save it. Okay, so that makes it look a lot nicer. Okay, now, so we're done with the pictures. This picture with the two shoes will always be the first picture. And this top left picture, that means that's the first picture you're going to see on eBay. Okay, let me make sure this is still recording. Okay, it's still recording. I wish there was a timer I could see. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's still recording. Okay. Now, let's double check this. Okay, our title is right. Our category is right. Men's shoes casual. We have our store category. And you always want to do this. You always want to double check everything. Okay. Our condition is pre-owned. We have our description that matches the description in the description area. Our shoes. Our pictures are done. Look very good. Okay, now we want to go to the item specifics. So this here is item specifics. This has drop-down menus. Okay, and we recommend these item specifics. Material leather, shoe size 8.5, style Oxford's color brown. So eBay picked up this from our title. This title let them know brown leather size 8.5. So if you do the title first, it will save you time here in the item specifics, because now we can just accept this, accept all, and it automatically fills it in. Just because it filled it in, we still want to double check, make sure that it's right. So brand is Clarks. This is from the drop down menu. Clarks. Style is Oxford's. Material is leather. EU size, let me see, I think there was a EU size. No EU size, so we don't put that in. Okay, we don't need any features, slip resistant, unless they say slip resistant, like a boat shoe would have that. So there's really no special features. This shoe is made in India, so we want to add this here. Country, region of manufacturer, India. Okay. The width is medium width, and you can tell that by looking at the picture here. 8.5 M, the M there, next to the 8.5 here. This won't get in the way. M means medium. If it said W, it would be wide, and that's very important here with the width of the shoe. Medium is D or M. Shoe size 8.5. That's also from the drop-down menu. Color is brown, also from the drop-down menu, and we have to make sure that this color brown matches the actual shoe and matches the title, because it's very easy to write brown here and then make a mistake and then write black here, and when somebody searches for this shoe, they are searching through this, the color, the item specifics, and they're looking for a black shoe, this shoe will not come up. Okay, pattern, we don't need that. It's just a basic shoe. That's only if it has animal print or camouflage, polka dots, striped. So this is just a basic shoe, so we leave that blank. The product line we also don't need. Okay, so now we already completed our description, but let's check it again. We have the retail price. We have the men's size 8.5, color brown. We have the item details. We have the condition that matches the one in the upper box. We have our inventory number that is correct. Okay, now the selling details. The template is already going to have this filled in. Fixed price. Duration 10 days. This is always 10 days. You can change this to 5 days, 7 days, 30 days, good till cancel, but I always do 10 days. And that should already be filled in the template, so you won't need to change that. Okay, we'll come back to the price in a little bit. Okay. This never changes. Payment options, never touch that. PayPal, and that stays the same. This will also be in the template already. We don't need sales tax. Returns accepted for 30 days. That's already going to be on the template. So none of this changes. The refund given, the return shipping, none of that changes. Okay, the shipping, this might change sometimes. Okay, flat cost, flat, same cost to all buyers. Priority mail, this is what I want. Padded, flat rate, envelope. Okay, so there's a whole list of different things you can put here. So the only time this would change if it's a bigger shoe. If it's a bigger shoe, then we would change it to here. Medium flat rate box. So on a big boot or a shoe that is size 13 or higher, this would change to medium flat rate. Or actually 14 or higher. Anything over a size 13. So a size 14 would go here, medium flat rate. And this would always also change the price to $10.95. But we'll do a separate one for that. So for now, padded flat rate envelope, $5.95. That stays the same, and that's already all filled out. All this is already filled out. International shipping. We don't need to change anything there. The weight, don't need to change anything there. That's already going to be set to 2 to 3 pounds. So any of this doesn't need to be changed. So from here down, as long as it's a basic shoe that is under size 13 or 13 and under, we can leave this the same, $5.95. Okay, so now let's just go back. So now the only thing we need left is the price. So the buy it now price, we need to change this. So that's where we would use Terapeak or another program to research the price. Okay, so the retail price is $100. So what we try to do is sell shoes for at the very least 50 to 60% less than the retail price. So this shoe, let's just say we did our research, we looked at Terapeak or another site, and we came up the shoe. This is probably going to be right around $36. Okay, so let's go ahead and price this at $36. Okay, so 36. Okay, 36.00, and that's it. So that's the last thing we needed. The buy now price now is $36 plus $5.95 shipping. Okay. And now we can just go ahead and list this item. Okay, you've listed your item for sale. Let's look at this. You can either click I'm done now to click something else, but now one last time, let's double check this listing in case we needed to change anything. Okay, and if we really needed to, we can save this as a template. Save as template, and that'll give us a template, but I already have this template set, but we could have done a new one if we needed to. Okay, so now let's check it out. Let's click this. Now this is our listing. Okay, so we can see that picture looks really good. This is what people are seeing now when they're looking at this shoe. Okay, this picture looks really good. Like I said, it's white. There's some white space here, some white space here, some space here, but overall, very good picture. Okay, here's our pre-owned. Here's our condition up here, item condition. If they click read more, It drops down so they can read the entire thing. Okay, so let's look at the rest of it. Our pictures. This one looks a little bit dark. So you can tell it's gray here. This should have been wider. Okay, I should have checked that, and I should have fixed the whiteness on this shoe. So that's one thing we can go back and do. Okay, let's check the rest of the pictures. Make sure they all uploaded, because sometimes they don't upload, so let's double check. Always have to have a picture of the soles, of the bottoms. Okay, let's look at the rest. We ship fast, same day, $100 original price. Make sure the size is right, 8.5. Color is brown. People can read now the details of this shoe. Top stitching. Okay, so see, this looks like a professional listing. It looks a lot better than just putting in random details about this shoe. This is the actual details of this shoe. Here's our condition again, in case people didn't read it on top. I like to put it in twice. It says the same thing, has some minor marks from normal wear on both toes. Please refer to detailed pictures. And our inventory numbers in here. Oh, you know, one thing I did forget. Let's revise this. We forgot to put in the custom SKU. So that inventory number needs to go on the bottom, but it also needs to go here. That's one thing that is very, very important. Custom label, SKU, that number needs to go here. 1496. And see, that's why I like double checking, because sometimes you'll find mistakes. So that number on the custom SKU, 1496, goes in the description, but also goes here. Custom label 1496. Custom label SKU. The inventory number goes right here. Okay? That's why it's a good thing that I double checked it. Now let's fix that other picture. Let's fix this one. Let's brighten it up. Okay, so we make it a little bit brighter, give it a little more contrast. Okay, now we save it. Okay, so now going back and double checking it is important, because we just found two things that we could fix to make it better. Okay, everything else stays the same. Now let's just go ahead and list it again. Update the listing. This blue button here. And there's no charge for updating it or revising it. Okay, now we don't need to double check it. We already did. So now we can just say, let's just look at it one more time. And that's it. And that looks good. And that's the way you properly list a shoe and do the research on the shoe. And that's it.